And good afternoon. Welcome back to Pelion, South Carolina, y'all. It's about 77 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's a beautiful day the Lord has given us. And I'm ready to see what the worm wizards are into today. How about y'all? All right. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's see what the worm wizards are into today. Ooh, it's like a sea of red. They ate, let's see, back up a little bit here. I see how the chicken feed is all the way into the corners right here, like this right here. That's how it was all over here when I left yesterday. So they ate maybe 2/3 or 75% of what I put in there. That's pretty good. There ain't none. Look at there. There ain't none on the lid, y'all. There ain't none on that lid. Now that's strange, ain't it? Now I think the difference is, y'all, I haven't been adding a bunch of extra water or molasses water or anything. So there's been less humidity building up and less moisture building up on these lids. And I'm kind of starting to think maybe, there's less moisture built up in here. So most of the moisture is in the bedding. And so the worms are down in the bedding where the moisture is. That's what I'm thinking. Drop it in the comments below. What do you think? Let's see what this bin looks like. All right, less activity. But there is some on the lid, though. There are some on the lid. But you see how the lid looks drier? And it is drier. There's no water built up on it like there normally is. Because normally, when I put the mushroom compost in, I give it a good watering with molasses water. And then usually about 3 to 4 days later, I'll give it another gallon of water in all of them. But this past couple weeks, I've been skipping that second watering. Just letting the bins dry out a little bit more to see how what happened to the activity. And I also wanted to see if that would make them stop climbing on the lids. And it does look like their activity is starting to, wane. Even though it's 80, let's see, no, it's not. It's going to be close to 80 degrees today. But it's 77 now. There's a few on the lid here. But there's not as much, let me zoom in a little bit. Let's see here. But there's not as much moisture on the lid as there normally is. See, they're leaving a little a track of moisture, in fact, because the lid is so dry, where they come across it actually leaves moisture. Whereas usually the lid's pretty moist, and you can't see those tracks usually. They haven't hardly eaten none of the food in here. I mean, maybe 10%, maybe. This one, 20, 30%. Let's see what this thermometer over here says. About 55, 56, right in there. Ooh, that wind's getting blustery out there. Sound like the bamboo about to come through the metal wall. Yeah, we got what? 1, 2, 3. Got a few on the lid. But yeah, the lids look a lot drier. Which it's been warmer, so there's probably more evaporation. And I haven't been adding any extra water, so I might give them an extra dose of water today. We'll see. Unless y'all think I ought to wait. What y'all think? Drop it in the comments below. Let me zoom in here. Now, I mean, every day I have been... Alright, now every day I do take the leachate pan and pour it back over on top and circulate that each day. But I haven't been adding any extra fluids or water. That's what I meant to say. So they've been getting more moisture each day, just not... I haven't been adding any. It's just what's being collected off the bins. But normally I would add a little extra to that, even to that. I know I'm rambling a lot. There's one up there. Or is that two? Yeah, it's two up there. One over there. I don't know. You know what? Running it a little drier might be a little bit better. I don't know. They're doing less climbing. But I have noticed, since I haven't been putting more moisture on top, I have been noticing when I collect the pans, sometimes I'll find worms in the pans. Like they're trying to get down to the water because I'm not giving them as much. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or not, but that is an observation I have made recently. I haven't documented it on film, I don't believe. Let me see if I can find an example of that right now while I'm thinking about it. Let's see here if I can see one. Of course, when I start talking about it, I won't be able to find one. Make me look like some kind of fool. I don't see one now, but it was strange. There were little mounds of worms in the pans where they had fell through the hole in the pan, and they collected up little mounds, and I was able to pick them up and put them in the bin. Anyways, if I see it, I'll try to take a quick picture of it or something. I ain't gonna spend a bunch of time looking at it right now. Now they all disappeared on us. All right, next bin. This is probably gonna be the worst video I ever made. Y'all let me know in the comments if this is the worst video I ever made. Looks like they kind of worked all the feed over here into a little pile. All right, and here's our last bin. This bin is doing amazing. I am super happy with the progress this bin's been making. I tell y'all. Oh, look at there. We do got a big one right there in the middle of the lid, too. How about that? All right. Look at there. Look at there, y'all. Look at there. Ooh, the bedding. Oh, it's nice and cool. Because it's kind of warm in this shed. This bedding's nice and cool. That's awesome. I'm glad that that's the case, because I'd be worried if it wasn't cool to the touch. That means it wouldn't be very comfortable for the worms. Yep. So that's good. Awesome. Oh man, the bedding's feeling good too. It's starting to, oh man, that mushroom compost is starting to break down, and they're adding a bunch of them castings to it. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, I'm super excited. I'm going to dig into this little pile here and see if we just kind of scrape it back. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. I figured if I just scrape the food back, up underneath will be a bunch of worms. See, a lot of times you won't see them on the surface, but the worms will be like, they're like fish. They're just under the surface, and they're up under there, and they're eating that food from underneath. It's wild. I'm telling y'all, it's wild, y'all. I don't know. I get excited, y'all. I think it's wild. Anybody else think it's wild? Y'all. Look at that. That is amazing. Wow. Well, as y'all can see, I got plenty of worms. Anybody interested in any? All you got to do, if you want to buy some or support the channel, is go into the description of these videos. There's a link there. You can click on it. It'll take you to our eBay store. Well, I sell worms there. I sell castings. I sell the leachate. I sell all that stuff over there. So if you want to go check it out, I sure would appreciate it. Another way you can support us is if you're not a gardener, but you just like chilling and watching the videos, go on and give it a thumbs up. That's a real good way of supporting the channel. Or dropping something in the comments below. Or even better, You know, over 80% of y'all ain't even subscribed to the channel. All you gotta do, go over there and click on the subscribe button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. And it helps the channel a lot, y'all. I sure would appreciate it. Just recently, we went over 1,400 subscribers. Y'all, I am honored and humbled that all y'all want to come and hang out and chill with me and look at videos of my worms and my chickens. That's just awesome. I appreciate it, y'all. I really do. Thank you. Look, that's a nice one right there. Ooh. Normally it's really cold out here, and I stick my hand in the bedding, and my fingers get numb, and I want to hurry up and get out the bedding. Right now, it's so warm in the shed. The bedding, and the worms are in feels so cool. It makes me want to get in the bedding with them. I know. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. That's crazy talk, Lucas. What are you talking about? You're being silly, man. Being ridiculous. Look at there. That's a ridiculous amount of red wigglers. Side note, great name for a red wiggler business, Ridiculous Wigglers. Ridiculous red wigglers. I don't know. Maybe that's not. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments below what you think. It's starting to try to mess around with these apples. These apples getting kind of, dare I say, parts of them starting to feel kind of like applesauce. Ugh. Ooh, that's a nice one. Move along, sir. Meh. Not much activity over here. Let's see. I mean, there's some worms under here. They just ain't amassing. They just got lots of mushroom compost, and they're going through all that stuff, man. Look at there. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all, we got the worms. We got the worms. We got worms. We got worms. Look at these avocados. Them little red bugs all over it. As you can see, these little red bugs seem to be living in a symbiotic relationship with the red wigglers. They don't seem to be having any issues. So, I'm not sure if they're harmful or not. They don't seem to be harmful to them, as you can tell. Look at all these wormies. Oh man, look at there. Y'all, if you need any fishing worms, you know who to call. Just go over to our eBay store. Again, The link's in the description of these videos if you want to go check out our eBay store. If anybody needs some worms for fishing, just go on over there. Make sure you leave me a note when you make your purchase that you're going to be using them for fishing bait, and I'll get you the fattest ones I can dig up. And y'all, I sure would appreciate it. Go on over there and make a purchase and put old Lucas to work. All right, y'all. Well, if you made it this far, y'all, you already know it. I appreciate it. God bless you. And y'all come back now. You hear?